Hello, I'm VX and welcome back to videos. Then we're doing something I like to do every single time a brand new, mini game map comes out for console, and that is to go around, check it out in creative. This is something that requires you to download the map. It's a long process, but basically because they installed the map onto everyone's console, there's a way to go in there, take the file out and do it. Again, it requires some modding, but that means that in today's video, I can show you some of the secrets of this map, show some of the areas that I know you wanted to check out when you're flying, but you just can't normally, as well as check it out in lots of other texture packs, because we love to ruin maps here on this channel. So hopefully you do enjoy this video. You can like it if you do like it, because it helps out the channel, and let's know you do like the idea of seeing all the tiny little things, like breaking through blocks that you've always been curious about, or even just the running thing. But with that said, let's get straight into showing off canyons. So yeah, this is a brand new map. It's available for free. You can play it and you can, mess around with it for free, which is, pretty great stuff. And here's what it looks like if you played it in normal Minecraft. And yeah, as it turns out, it's exactly the same. You can do the exact same routes at the exact same speed. It's kind of nice to know that, like, if you wanted to, you could make your own glide map and it would work just about the same, with the exception, of course, with the gliders and the boosters. But still, it's pretty interesting stuff that, like, you can still have the same amount of fun, go the same amount of speeds, which is pretty great stuff. But there's a lot of questions I have when I'm flying around this map, and I think we could check them out because now we're in creative, we can actually see that. So one of these questions is actually still the buildings. Like, you could see some of the buildings were furnished. This one in particular, you can actually fly into it and you can see, oh yeah, this is a fully, built up bank. And funnily enough, you actually can fly through this bank. There's no good reason to want to, because you could just go not through the bank and save some time. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting, in my opinion, that they've just decided to, like, go of this, like, big area where it's got, like, loads of ways in and out. So if you want to take the weirdest route through glide, you actually can. Or maybe, like, there's some rings to be gotten here or something. Again, it's just kind of nice that they have these extra strange, weird routes you can go into. But it doesn't just stop there. There's also rooms like this one, as you can see, where there's just there's a bunch of places around here where they made fully fleshed out buildings. Because you might think, like, oh no, Toycat, these aren't fleshed out. This is from Frontier. And although this is based loosely on Frontier, it looks like they took a lot of the buildings from there, but then they took some other ones and just kind of made them from scratch. So this building, for instance, I'm pretty sure doesn't exist on Frontier, but look, here you can see they've gone ahead and they've built something on the inside anyway, just in case you did see it, which, I mean, theoretically you could fly through this way and, like, land in there and be like, oh, that's nice. But yeah, it's kind of fascinating that all of these places have been built up. It's just one of those small attention to detail things, I guess, when it comes to this map, where you can see that most buildings have stuff inside them, as well as being, kind of nice on the outside. The other thing I was curious about is this thing. It's a water tower, but does it have water on the inside? My thinking is no, but what if it does? Okay, it's entirely empty. Maybe it's just dry, dry little winter, or dry summer, or whatever season this is, because in case you're curious, like, oh yeah, so this is creative, we actually can just fly out over the map, and we can see that this is actually based in a Savanna Biome. They use a super flat map, but they use it in the Savanna preset, which again, I found to be quite interesting, and maybe you do too. So yeah, this means the map looks something like this, and I'll actually leave the map out so you can see my coordinates, because it's always interesting to see how certain stuff overlaps with other stuff. So this is the very beginning of the map, and this right here is pretty much the end, and because they have to use only the certain number of chunks, and they're just reusing them over and over again, they have everything so close together that it means the start and the end are almost always quite close together, which, again, fascinating if you could break out the map. So another place you could break out the map and do some amazing things is over here. Again, for the record, the ceiling on the map is too low, like there is actually a thing stopping you from doing this, but if you could break the ceiling somehow, if you ever do work out that bug, then the thing you'd be able to do with it is you'd be able to fly off here. Again, this is maybe like 20 seconds into the map, you could fly off here, you go higher and stuff, then you're like, oh, and now I guess we can go over to here, and boom, you found yourself, the ending in 20-something seconds. So if we ever see a 20-second time, we know how that's happened. There's a really, really, big potential bug, I think, to be able to do that. And because there's no barrier blocks on this, all it is you need to get above the map in one way, find one way above the map, do it right here, and then boom, you found yourself the most amazing thing. Speaking of boom, as you know, there's a lot of TNT around the place, and you know what, this isn't actually, like, useful, but a part of me just wants to detonate it when I'm running around in, playing around with the glide map. So we'll do the same just now, just for curiosity, while we check out, I guess this chest over here, which is going to blow up soon. But large chest, as you can see, pretty fine. And yeah, when you blow it up, it actually works with the scenery. I feel like they should have a way to blow it up as you're going past, because it actually still looks pretty cool. And I feel like the only reason they wouldn't is because of lag reasons, but still, maybe they should do it anyway. It'd be pretty fun. Then we've got over here, as you can see, I think these are definitely copy-pasted from Frontier, because they look pretty similar, but they don't have the inside. Maybe they do have the inside, it's just blocked off. They do have something on the inside, at least, but no, well, I guess that's the edge of the thing. But my point being is they have the ladders here, where there's no point to use ladders in this particular game mode. So, in Glide, there's no need for ladders, right? So they have them there, and it's kind of fascinating. And a part of me looks at all these little rail bridges with their little things going along and wonders, like, what's behind the black? And I think with the vast majority of cases, it's just like nothing is behind there, just more clay. But I think every now and then it does actually go somewhere, or it leads to the edge of the world. So, for instance, I'll find one eventually, but there actually are a few of these that are, don't actually just lead nowhere. They lead to like some other part of the map, which is fascinating. You can't use it, but it's still nice to know, right? But then more interestingly than any of that is the fact that if we fly through these caves, then we get to this area. So once you go through the caves, you end up at this area right here, and this is one of the craziest things to me. Like this right here is so much inspiration for me to want to build a giant cave like this and fit it with the little minecart rails, because this just this could make a crazy fun roller coaster if you're going from one to the other to one to the other. But the thing I noticed as I was flying through in survival is each of them seem to go to like, over here you can see it goes in a bit, but I was curious if this happens for all of them, and if they do go somewhere, does it go somewhere interesting? And it looks like, again, same thing where because they didn't need to build it, they decided not to here. So like, oh yeah, as soon as they're out of the view of the normal people, they decided to stop building, which, it would have been fun if they'd have kept going, but I guess it makes sense this way. But it's still quite fascinating, and it's still quite an interesting little find. And yeah, this place still is very inspirational. It still makes me want to build this, and yeah, if you wanted to ever see it in like a normal creative view, here's exactly what it looks like. And by the way, these are, these tracks, you don't ever want to go back this way, but if you wanted to, or if you did, then you'd be able to see that it does just go on and on and on and on, because they build detail even behind you and even to the side of you and stuff, even when you're not meant to be looking, just in case somehow you are, which I've always liked that at least a little bit. So yeah, moving on from this, so we'll go back into fly mode, I guess. We'll move on to this little cave right here, filled with the water. We're underneath the Mesa biome, I guess, because the colors have changed. It always felt a bit like body to me, like we've gone inside the human body for some reason now. But yeah, if we look around this area, as you can see, the things that I was curious about is there's like a hole in the ceiling here. It looks like when you're playing the map normally, but it's actually just blue carpet. It's meant to look like the sky, I guess, but it's just blue carpet with glowstone above it, and then there's like a whole bunch of nothingness up there, but there's no a proper way out of the map like that. There's no proper ceiling. I see it every time I go here, and it turns out it is just a suspicion. It's not a real thing. It's just imagination and stuff. But yeah, once you do go outside, as you can see right here, again, no more crazy stuff. But one thing I found fascinating that you can't properly see normally is there's a bunch of chairs around this map. If you look over here, that looks like a chair, does it not? If we look over, and then if we look over at the very other side, there's like, if you go the slow way around this thing, you see chairs around the map. So Canyon is a map about frontier and mesa biomes, and for some reason, it's a society that worships chairs. I'm not joking with you. There are just giant chairs all over. Look at this. This is a giant chair. Giant chairs all over the place for reasons I'm not entirely certain. But next time you think you know the map, then just realize that apparently there are some chair gods that you need to, or I guess next time you think you understand Minecraft, you need to understand the chair gods, because they control everything, as it just so turns out. So let's move on from the chair god map. But by the way, lots of weird like holes in the wall where you can do stuff like this. Let's move on from, oh, by the way, and then there's this giant tree. Let's go and check this map out now, but we're going to check it out in a couple of different texture packs, because I love to ruin me some glide maps, and I think a lot of you do too. So let's move on to another one now, shall we? So this is my favorite texture pack to check out really anything in. It is the city texture pack, and as you can see, things are looking not really like a city. I guess when it's a canyon, you can't really change it to a city, but I did want to kind of go through it step by step by step and see exactly how things have changed. So, we could just glide through it like we're playing Glide normally, I guess. So as you can see right here, if this was a city texture pack map, it would look pretty different. I mean, it's kind of jarring looking at this village. It's not a great looking thing, but the map in general, I mean, it's just a different feel. It's a more realistic feel as you go through it, and there's something to be said about that, whether positive or negative. I think anyway, as you can see, it's just like, whoa, things are a bit strange here. But as we go into the underground section, things change even more, it looks like, because the ores are just way too visible in this one. But then beyond that, it looks like it goes back into normalcy and back into like, a great looking map, because this little underground section right here is looking particularly, it's looking quite interesting in my opinion. Like I'm seeing a few different bits that make me go, whoa. Again, this color scheme really seems to work with the city texture pack. So if you're going to make a mesa-based biome map in this texture pack, which very specific thing, if you were going to be doing that, then what I would recommend is you use the city texture pack. If you're using this set of colors, if you're using the city texture pack, I'd recommend you use those sets of colors, because it would be way better in my opinion. So yeah, then we've got this thing over here. We'll just fly over the map, because we don't have to do this normally. End up right over to here, because we skipped the cave, and then just before we hit the end of the map, because the 360 is loading in a bit too bit too slow here, just before we hit the end of the map, as you can see, this is the giant tree at the end, and everything looks just about normal. I mean, it's actually kind of impressive how everything like retains its look. Like I feel like you could let people pick the city texture pack and they'd still be able to see everything normally, which I guess is nice. There we go, one more point for the city texture pack. But let's move now on to the one that you probably all want to see, which is us trying to check this out, but in the Mass Effect textures. So Mass Effect textures tend to ruin everything, but would it ruin this? The answer is yes, but how badly would it ruin this? So this is the Mass Effect texture pack, and as you can see, the map's already changed. As you can see, the trees already changed, not too seriously, like everything's like just about staying in order, and it looks like because these stained clay they made stained clay after they started trying to fix this texture pack. It looks like it's actually not quite as bad as its wool counterparts. You can still tell that yellow is yellow, that blue is blue, that red is red, etc. Which means that even though the map looks very strange because this is not an attractive texture, it looks like you can still see that it's a mesa biome with a giant savanna tree at the end. So I guess that counts for something at the very least. But you know what, we're going to check out the whole map and we're going to see if anything just goes terrible. Because you know what, that's what we're all here for, if I'm being honest. Let's see what the map looks like. Oh my god, in terrible mode. So as you can see, things are looking pretty amazing. This train right here, this is a very well-made train, as you can tell. Perfectly made for the Mass Effect texture pack. I hear they were almost considering the Mass Effect texture pack for this. That's totally a real thing, I'm just saying right there. But yeah, as you can see, this is looking very, very... It looks like a bone train, honestly. It looks like a train made from bones to, like, kill the blood of the enemies or something. Like, there's something ridiculous going on with that. But yeah, if we look at this thing, it's not good. It's not good at all. So, moving on from that, we've then got, as you can see over here, oh, we got some nice wood. But yeah, all the wood and stone in this map seems to have gone a little bit downhill. Even the boosters in glide maps aren't looking particularly great here. But, you know, maybe it gets better as we keep going along this thing. Because if we head over to here, you can see this is the big section of the map where everything gets crazy and epic. And, I mean, it is crazy. The fire, okay, you know what? Let me say one thing. The fire here is really impressive. And like, that is like fire that makes you, like, for a flame arrow, that's amazing. If you're going to have any color flame arrow, use the Mass Effect texture pack. But if you're going to have any type of wood or mineshaft or just stone-based thing, I don't know if this is what I'd recommend. Things are just a little bit wacky. But maybe things get better as we go into the purple section. And I'd say they do a little bit. Again, if you just keep ignoring the walls, if they just keep not using wood, then things are looking pretty okay, I'd say. Very, very solidly okay is my recommendation. Oh my, yeah, this is... Even the bits that are like the best bits, where like, oh yeah, nothing's gone horribly wrong, it's still a little bit unnerving to see that like texture just... Oh wait, is there a hole over there? Oh, there is a shortcut on this map that I have not realized yet, but you can fly up to here, and you can fly right through the hole. See, it's useful you find that, because I generally didn't know that, which I should have done by now, but now you know it too. So boom, new shortcut was just found on video. Hope that's something you like. But yeah, looking around the rest of the map, again, we go inside and it's like, oh, I mean, I guess this is okay. I guess there's nothing wrong with this giant chair that they worship here. And then you say like, oh yeah, this is tough. Oh wait, did you see that there? Oh, it's just a glowstone block, I guess. But still, there's a few clever ways they do lighting in these areas to like keep it lit, but like not too lit. And I guess that's kind of fascinating. But then we've got this final section over here where things, again, just about hold out. So this map isn't too bad, all in all. Oh, wait, no, we didn't go back. Okay, wait, there's one more thing I do want to see, because it looked bad in this texture pack, and that's a texture pack that's, like, actually good. Let's go look at the town behind this place, because this is, you know, over here. Let's go look at the town, because, okay, yep, as you can see, this... oh, yeah, things are a little bit strange over here. So this is the bank, as you can see, looking very much like a bank. Definitely not just hurting my eyes. Yeah, no, so basically, this is not a good texture pack for glide maps, and now we have proof. If you ever were doubting it, which I don't think you were, it's always fun to actually see it and to see that, yeah, this is why certain texture packs are good, certain texture packs are bad, and it's always fun to ruin something, and hopefully you all enjoyed me ruining this right here. So, oh, one more thing, this chest over here doesn't contain anything. I was sad, I wanted it to, but it didn't. So, if you did enjoy today's video, you can like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot, and lets know you do like this sort of video. You can share it if you really liked it, and you can subscribe if you're around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and every single time a map comes out for glide or battle, let you know about this sort of thing. And finally, because obviously there's only going to be a few more glide maps, and then that's going to be the end of Minecraft Xbox DLC, obviously because they're moving over to the new version, I will be showing these off until they're done, and then I'm not really too sure after then. So, oh, as you can see, that's the edge of the world. They went all the way on this one, and it looks, there's a few bizarre things outside here, actually. Okay, so for instance, this is what I meant by some of them actually do go like right to the edge of the world. And second of all, there's some mysterious gold blocks up here that I haven't shown off yet, that I don't know what they're doing. Okay, they're over here. I don't know what they're doing there. I guess they're measuring a chunk, but it's a little bit bizarre. Anyway, with that said, hope you all enjoyed it, because I'll see you all next time.